What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Today we're focusing on what went wrong for the St. Louis Blues and what to expect as they begin the offseason. Obviously, for the second consecutive year, they've blown a 2-0 series lead. To pretty good team, to the reigning champs, no less. I mean, they blew the lead to Los Angeles last year, and they blew it to Chicago this season. And St. Louis has had one phenomenal hockey team for the last 2-3 seasons, and you know. They went out and made the biggest trade of the year, getting Ryan Miller, and thinking the U.S. Olympian would carry them to the promised land. And I was kind of, I'm not gonna say totally against the trade because Miller is a little bit better than Halak, but I don't see him being to the point where you give up all those assets and when you had other issues to address. I don't think Halak was, the Achilles heel of the team. I thought going into the season they didn't have a true blue sniper that could, be a legitimate number one forward on a Stanley Cup team. And I thought with Vanek available, they rolled the dice and get Vanek. I want them to go after a different Buffalo Sabre. I mean, quite frankly, I've tweeted this a few times. It would have been smarter in terms of where teams traded for Sabres if the Islanders got Ryan Miller and the St. Louis Blues got Thomas Vanek. Obviously, Vanek didn't end the season with the Islanders, but you catch my drift. And that didn't happen. They went out, they gave up Stewart, they gave up Carrier, they gave up some picks, and Halak for Ryan Miller. And I know they gave up some soft goals. We really can't fault the series loss solely on him. I mean, the team was banged up coming into the series. I don't think they ever really were 100%. They looked great those first two games, but the Blackhawks are the reigning champs for a reason. They know what it's like to fight through adversity, and they took it to St. Louis, and I think it's unfortunate because St. Louis plays an amazing brand of hockey. They're entertaining to watch. They have amazing talent, all throughout that lineup. I mean, Tarasenko, Jaden Schwartz, Peter Angelo's been great, Kevin Shattenkirk, former BU Terrier, and I just think blowing it up isn't the right solution. I think they got to look at themselves. They got to address a few things. I mean, Steve Ott is a scrub. I mean, I was never a Steve Ott fan. I mean, I thought he gave him some sandpaper, but I think they think higher of Steve Ott than I do. Which it's their right to think that as a hockey organization, but at the same time, you got to look at what this team needs, and they need a number one forward. They got defense. I mean, they're 1 through 6. Their defense is as good as anyone in the league, but they got to get a sniper to help their young and developing players. I think Tarasenko could score 40 goals next year. I mean, his offensive abilities are absolutely amazing. He's gotten better, as he's come along in the development process. But at the same time, you need some more help offensively. And, we'll see what happens, what they do, this offseason. I'm not totally sure if Ryan Miller goes back to St. Louis. I'd have to think they are the favorite to keep Miller. But, the other thing is that I've said it before with depending upon how the LA Kings do things, if they lose a series to San Jose, if they don't pull a miraculous comeback, and Pittsburgh loses in the first round, a deal centered around Quick and whoever for Malkin and Fleury isn't out of the realm of possibility. You think when LA makes that trade, they amnesty Fleury, they can sign Miller. Miller wants to play in LA or Anaheim, and it's a long shot that happens. But if that trade were to go down in LA, were to amnesty Flower, Ryan Miller's signed, sale, delivered to Los Angeles because his wife's obviously an actress. So we'll see what happens. But it should be an interesting offseason for the St. Louis Blues. Anyway, that's on this episode of the Power Play with CJ on the St. Louis Blues season coming to an end. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the playoffs and beyond. Later, guys.